So Ben, there's probably no more appropriate time than to ask you about the Derby. I'm interested in the first instance of your earliest experiences of it, and would it be fair to say the fact that you are the Derby sponsor would be, I don't know, you perhaps contributing, giving something back to the industry because of the position that you're in?
The Derby is a story. It goes on over, there's sort of all those chapters, aren't they?
Yes.
And the best thing about sponsoring the Greyhound Derby is you get to stroke every winner, and you get to see just what it meant to some people to win a heat. They've got tears in their eyes. Don't worry about winning the Derby. They won, like, you know, one of the first rounds. Yeah, and there were only 5 dogs in it because one came out and whatever. And now, here I am. I go to Towcester. I promise you, I'm a 9-year-old running out to Wembley to play in the FA Cup final. I stand next to Lofty. All year I have to flog him, right? But that's when he is actually 100% on his game. He's brilliant. I stand next to Gary Woodgate, my right-hand man. We all look smart, I'd like to think, and we bet on the Greyhound Derby final card.
Yes.
That we're sponsoring and we're the main bookies at. I am a 9-year-old passing the ball to Lionel Messi, who passes it back to me, and I shoot and score a goal. So when I give the cup to Paul last year, what's the name? Is such a nice man with the Dutch name. The winner last year, the trainer.
Oh, Patrick Janssens.
Patrick Janssens,
yeah,
what a nice
Belgian,
guy. He's
yeah.
a big teddy bear, isn't he? And I remember saying, I really meant this at the Derby lunch. I wanted him to win. He so deserved it.
Yes.
I remember him when he was a kennel hand and he didn't have a 2p coin in his pocket.
Yeah.
Don't you remember?
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. He was at Walthamstow. He worked for Mark Wallace, so he'd done his hard yards. And I remember, like, Kevin Hutton's wife sobbing when
Yes.
I've given her the trophy, when they'd had all the problems with the dog being kidnapped. And
Yes.
look at Kevin Hutton, he's just got that face of kindness. You want him to do well. He's such a nice man.
A genuinely lovely guy.
This
yes.
is it. And then also the story of Seamus Cahill.
Yes.
You know, and it, like, they'd had a tragedy in their family. They won the Derby.
Yes.
I gave them that trophy. They
Yeah.
were crying their eyes out.
Yeah.
I'm living my dream, in that I'm helping other people live theirs. So, you know, please do realise that, yes, I'm giving to the sport, but I'm also giving myself my dream. So it's a sort of night of self-indulgence. Here's the other thing. Being a bookmaker these days, everybody wants to trip you up. You've got to fill out 5,000 different forms for the tax, the levy, the gambling commission, everything's my fault. Everything should be a justice refund. Everything should be bog. Everything should be no rule 4. I get to go to Towcester and be a bookmaker.
Yes.
And I bet cash to cash. Nobody's trying to get a credit bet with me that they're not going to pay.
Yeah.
And that night, I will take more money in cash than I will at Royal Ascot and Cheltenham added together. And I'm a bookmaker. And I can concentrate on the figures I've got on the board, the race I'm betting on, working with a brilliant clerk, working with my right-hand man, being flooded with business, laying different dogs, and then handing over the Greyhound Derby trophy.
Yeah.
That is a privilege.